The Wolves of Naptown podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed here are not intended as factual information, and it's essential to do your own research. We respect cultural differences, personal choices, and beliefs, and although we do not intentionally try to offend, we understand that it's very possible we may do so. Remember, we are not revealing anything about ourselves. Our goal is to entertain. Please listen with caution and enjoy the show.
You are now listening to the Wolves of Naptown podcast with your hosts, Madam Boss Lady and Starship West.
All right, welcome everybody here to a brand new episode of the Wolves of Naptown podcast. I am here, you see it. We are back for another great episode. I want to go ahead and take a moment. Give it up for the boss lady. Boss lady's in the building.
Give it up.
All right, boss lady. Boss lady's over here bossing. All right, give it up for me. One time, I am the one.
Starship West. One time West.
King Petty himself up in the building.
And he pulling the hat off.
And we have a special guest in the building with us. We have Tony McCracken. Tony, let's go.
Tony,
how's
welcome.
everybody doing? Let's go, Naptown.
All right. We're going to go ahead and be chopping up with Tony for this episode, man. He has a great story and a great foundation. We're going to go ahead and get with him. We're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying? It's not always rap, man. Sometimes we actually do something good for the community. Sometimes. Sometimes. All right. So let me go ahead and take this moment and let y'all guys know, if this is your first time listening to the Wolves of Naptown podcast, we are a show of Indianapolis natives, whether we're born here or whether we're from here. And what we do is we talk about anything that may happen in the city, in the state, in the country, in the world, hell, even in fucking space. We'll talk about any and everything, and what we do is we want to talk about what we do if we was facing whatever scenario that's happening, how we handle whatever situation, and we go ahead and we talk about how we do it. Now, sometimes you get great information, but sometimes you just get West Point petty. You just never know. Let's go. I want to clap it up one more time here for us. And we're going to go ahead and fade this out here and go ahead and get started with the show. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's get it. Man, Tony, once again, welcome.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. I really appreciate it.
All right,
Very
man.
excited.
So let's just go get right into it, man. For our new listeners and our loyal listeners of the Wolves of Naptown podcast, man.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, this is very different, you know what I'm saying? And Tony's not about to spit any bars or anything like that. I know y'all been watching here, man.
Probably could.
All right, so Tony, I want you first tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about your foundation.
Okay. My name is Tony McCracken. I'm 37 years old, and I'm here from Indianapolis. I'm originally from Texas. We moved here at a young age to the Far East Side, you know, Post, German Church, Shaylin. My family opened up a restaurant right there on Pendle Pike and Franklin. So that's where I'm from, Far East Side. We moved up north a little bit once my mom got a little money from the restaurant. But it started off, for me, my struggles very early. I think about 12 or 13, I was already, you know, like getting in trouble.
Right.
Yeah, I was already getting in trouble. By the time 13 or 14, I got arrested. And it just went downhill from that. Like, it wasn't a wake-up call. You know, you would think, I don't know what happened.
Right.
I just lost control, man. I am from a single, you know, I don't know my father. My mom raised me.
Yeah.
I'm a first American born. My mom, you know, she migrated here from Korea, and you know, she'd been busting and grinding her ass, and you know, she made something of herself. So, you know, it was a little bit hard. You know, when she had that restaurant, you know, she was gone from morning to night. You know what I mean? I was just left, you know, do whatever.
Raise yourself,
honestly,
you know.
She moved the restaurant to that Pendleton Pike and Franklin location.
Okay.
And German Church, you know, I mean, Churchill Ranch Apartments is right there. It's connected. So I would always say that's like my second home. That's where I was raised, because I was going to the restaurant every single day, and I was going over to Churchill Ranch, hanging out, and, you know, really start going places I shouldn't have. I had no business, you know, trying to fit in with these guys, trying to run around, trying to be cool. And shit just got crazy out of control. And I started using drugs, drinking, smoking, popping pills by the time I was 14. By the time I was, end of 14, 15, I went to juvenile prison, Pendleton Boys School.
And that's where we were, fortunate enough to be invited to the Butter Magazine event, and that is really where I got to see you in person.
Yes.
And you gave what I thought was a very powerful speech, up there in front of people. This brother right here is doing really, really good, right now in the community, doing a lot of good things here, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But I want to give you some runway to go ahead and talk about how we got here to where you're doing, this community service, community work. Because you were starting to talk about it here, your troubles, being locked up, your troubles with the law. Go ahead, tell your story, sir.
Yes,
tell
sir.
Your story.
Make it real short, we'll fast forward a little bit. Like I said, I started using drugs, but when I went to juvenile prison, boys school, whatever you want to call it, it really went out of control. They need help in there. And that's actually, we'll talk about the one reason why I do what I do in my foundations. Juvenile Pendleton, you got to think, you got kids in there doing life or 10 to 20 years that they will be coming home. But they're 12 to 13 years old. About to do 20 to 30 years.
That's insane to think about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People don't really think about that. So his role models and idols and the people that are going to be raising him for the next 20, 30 years are the dope dealers, the drug dealers, the killers, and the gangbangers. You know what I mean? And they don't really got nothing going on there to help these kids. It's just like prison. They're there. You know what I mean? And I understand they made their decision, But I got out, man, and like I said, Juvenile Pendleton did not help me. It was more of a school for me. I went in there more of a partying kid. I went in there have to survive, and type of person I am. Flight or run or whatever.
Fight or flight.
I ain't a runner. So I made my time there more difficult myself. But when I got out, man, I was lost when I got out of boys' school. I thought I had figured it out. I got out and I hit the streets. I was gang banging, selling drugs, selling dope. And I started selling dope, and I got addicted to heroin. I got addicted to heroin about 19. I was about 19 or 20 years old.
That's no joke. I had some, unfortunately, some classmates that lost their life to heroin addiction.
Yeah.
So that's definitely no joke. Go ahead, continue, brother.
So before that, it was pills, and that's why I tell, these guys that hear them, pop a perk, it sounds cool and all that, but it's going to lead somewhere, maybe not for all, you know what I mean? But it's not something I'm willing to risk anymore. But it led me to heroin, and I started selling heroin, and I thought I was better than, I was a dope fiend. You know what I mean? I was doing heroin. I eventually started shooting up heroin. I started shooting up heroin for about 3 to 4 years before and that. So obviously when shit got out of control, I had a kid, and you can imagine, I was in no state of mind to take care of my firstborn. But I was that dude that would always say, man, I take care of mine, how you got a fresh pair of J's on.
We talk about that all the time on the show.
And and that wasn't it. I was never there. And then, CPS got involved, and I ended up catching a case, a big case, a dope case, 3A felonies and 2B felonies, dealing trafficking. I got arrested by the Marion County and Hamilton County Joint Task Force. A friend of mine wore a wire on me, and a lot of people would be mad. I definitely, wish I didn't have to do that much time.
Right.
But I ended up doing 10 years, 2012 until 2020. I got out on January 14th of 2020. And another cool thing was, it was the first time I had some clean time, because even in the joint, I was getting high.
That's crazy to think about, because you was telling that story. It was kind of like, it's just amazing that you can be locked up and still have access to some of the stuff that probably got you in there in the first place. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was a lot easier for me because, like I said, I'm ex-affiliated. I'm an ex-Latin King. And So it was a lot easier for us to get in. Obviously, we had our way, meals, whatever. We ain't gonna get into that. But so I was getting high, since the age of 13, the longest I've ever been out on the concrete, on the streets, is 9 months. It's the longest I've ever been free.
And how do you get yourself together if you go into a place like that and you pretty much are just, living good? It's just like, man, now you really get corrected. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, say that question one more time. What do you mean?
It's like how you really get corrected if you're going in there and, like you said, being who you're affiliated with.
Oh, yeah.
You had everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like when you put in prison, you're supposed to be,
Rehabilitated.
Yes.
You're supposed to be rehabilitated. It's supposed to be a punishment. But if you're having all these things, you're still able to get high. You're still able to kind of eat what you want. It's just kind of like.
And I'll hit that point. I got making sure I pay some money for a lawyer. They're my first plea. They weren't coming down. 55 years was my first pleas.
Damn.
I eventually got chopped down to 26 years, a cap on 12. But make it real short, like you were saying, I actually, and the reason I paid for this attorney was to get this thing called personal incarceration. It's court-ordered drug rehab in the prisons.
Okay.
But it's like their baby. So, like, if you complete this program, it's an automatic referral back to the judge. It doesn't matter if you have 1 year or 50 years. And I've seen people get out with 10 years left completing this program.
Okay.
So, you would think that's hope. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I said, and the program is only 1 year. So, I could have technically been out after 2 or 3 years. Getting in, waiting to get there, whatever. But no, like I said, I was affiliated, and my loyalty at that time, was to my brothers, to my affiliation, and that's why I am going into the prisons. Working with Kairos Ministries, shout out to them. We go into the penitentiaries, give out food, and just try to minister to them. But I'm solely aiming for, we call them futures, futuros, prospects, whatever, guys that are trying to get into gangs. And those are the guys that I'll be looking for when I go in there. You know what I mean? I'm looking for tattoos. I'm looking for certain things to see, and try to wrap it up with them. Let them know, like, it seems cool.
This isn't a lifestyle.
And honestly, it sounds crazy. This was my life for 22 years. So for some people, when I say, no, but it was even fun. You know what I mean? You gotta think, I was doing the time. I wasn't going nowhere. So I made, and with them, you got to think Billy affiliated, COs are scared, everybody's scared, you know what I mean? So you got to do what you got to, you know what I mean? And that's the last thing, no accountability, and it's just, and that's why, like I said, I try to aim for these guys and try to let them know, like, look, man, I literally lost 7 years just on this sentence, Right. I was only supposed to do about, like I said, 2-3 years if I'd have completed the program. I went to the program 7 times and got kicked out 7 times.
Damn. So how did you make your transition, from all of that, to finally staying out of prison and getting to the point to where now you're helping people?
So it actually took me to get in trouble one more time. Crazy. In the joint. So me being affiliated, I was at a certain place, and me and a couple of the people, we got in trouble for certain things. And I got sent off to the SHU segregation. I ended up doing I went to the SHU August 3rd, 2018. And I didn't get released until January 15th of 2020. So I was in segregation for 2 years. And that's when I was able to sit down. You know what I mean? It was crazy. That's how wild I was. God was like,
bam.
I can't get a hold of you, man. You know what I mean? I can't get a hold of you.
Sometimes God will sit your ass down.
He literally sat me down. You know what I mean? And then the crazy thing is, I got shipped and went to another facility, and I was in the segregation, and I was able to get a route. That's what they call it, like a route. I was able to get shipped back in while I was in segregation, and I started to do it. And it was shortly after that, because it wasn't easy to get in it. I was sick. I got sick off of the drugs again, and I was sitting in my cell in segregation. You know what I mean? I've already 7 years in on my sentence, and I'm back to square one. Dope, sick, in segregation.
Man.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like I ain't even trying to get emotional. That was a rude awakening for me at that time. And then around that time, my fiance passed away. Yeah.
While you were in?
Yeah. Like I said, I had a 3-year-old when I went in.
That's talking about awakening right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
she passed away. 16 October 2016, and me being being in jail and all that, obviously seeing my son and she was having her struggles. Like I said, when I went to the joint, things weren't good. If anything, things got worse for her financially. Now they're, you know what I mean? I was hustling, and she had a drug addiction, and CPS was involved already. So when she passed away, the state took my son.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And CPS came and see me in the penitentiary, just basically telling me these are my options. And at the time, I thought the best option was obviously to get him into family's hands. So quickly, like right then and there, I signed my rights over to a certain family member, thinking that'd be the best decision, you know. At the end of the day, I don't hold him against anything. I'm not mad at him at this day, but I haven't seen my son since then.
Damn.
Even now?
Yeah, they decided
That
I wasn't fit for him.
Right,
you know?
right.
That's heartbreaking, right?
Yeah,
there. That's heartbreaking.
And that's how really I got to sit down. I was like, I got to get my shit together. And I was like, what's the difference? Every time I was getting out, I was already plotting and scheming, what's the next? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, Brody, be at the spot. I'm going to be released at midnight. I'll be there at such and such time. Have this for me. I'm going to be fucked up. I'd even try to guilt my homies and be like, what, you want me to go rob somebody? Come on, bring me a pack or something.
Right.
I just never gave myself a chance. I never gave myself an opportunity or a chance, especially going in and out so much. Like I said, I've never been out more than 8-9 months at a time. So, but when I got out this time, I just knew I had to just, slow down. I just had to do what everybody was telling me I had to do. Like, when I was getting released, I was trying to go to this girl's house, you know what I mean? I just did all this time. I'm trying to get released to this girl's house. My mama was like, you could come stay with me. And I refused it at first, you know what I mean? I refused it, like, nah, hell no. I ain't about to go to my mama's house, you know what I mean? But I did. She was at the gates for me, waiting. And that was the best decision I made, was to go home. As soon as I went home, my friends, I'm talking my friends that I grew up with. Crazy thing is we hit the streets together. We got addicted to drugs together, but they got clean. When I was locked up, they all got their lives together.
So you gotta have to get a community of people that knew you. Yeah. They're on the same path of trying to get clean.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, that's why I'm trying to not get emotional. But that's what saved me. I know that's what saved me, was my homies.
Hey man, sometimes, I give you a chance to go ahead, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes that's what it takes. Like in the past few episodes, we were talking about, sometimes it's the people that you keep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it sounds to me like once you got around people that were on the same mission, it's like, hey, we need to be clean and we need to try and fix our lives. We can help others. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
One of my biggest motto is we gotta continue to surround ourselves with like-minded people. Like-minded shit will happen.
You know what I mean?
And that's what happened. My homies were there, man. First week out, they're picking me up, taking me like I'm a drug addict. So they're taking me AA, HACA, bro. They were there. They're taking me job interviews. One of my best friends, David Burness, he's an ex-professional fighter. And during my come-up, I tried to fight. I did a little fighting and here and there, trying to follow him, honestly. He got out. When I got out, he brought me to the gym. And I got back in the gym. I was training like every day, twice a day. And the coaches seen it. And they got me a job. Like I said, I ain't trying to keep getting emotional, but, it's just, it's a good thing. I just didn't know this type of help was out there and available. You know what I mean?
Right, because you were so young when you got into the mess and you couldn't figure out who was there. But my question is, can you pinpoint the one thing that it clicked in your head to say, okay, this is something different? Because I'm hearing some stuff, but I want you to tell me, what is that one thing that you say, okay, this is the turning point? I
probably, honestly, I got out, like I said, the coaches, shout out to Eric Board and Jason Gessler at Naptown Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Fisher's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They got me a job, a security gig at a local bar. You know, they're like, hey, he'd be perfect for it. You know, he just did prison time and he's got a little fighting background. Because they're looking at me like, you know, I ain't a big dude. And I ain't got an intimidating face. But make that short, I did that for a year. I was working in the bar scene, but that wasn't good. Because now I'm back in the bar scene. So, yeah, I'm partying. And like, you know, I'm back in the atmosphere. You know, you got to think it's a bar.
Yeah.
So you already know what's going on. I ain't trying to, you know. And I was kind of getting back in the mix again. And I ended up relapsing. So I ended up relapsing while I was there. Remind you, I forgot to tell you, I'm on parole at this time. So I'm still on parole and I relapse. And I'm scared to death. You know, I got like 16 years backup. And make it real short, I go in, I got my shit together. I didn't fail. I did fail for weed in my probation officer. This was the cool thing, man. My probation officer, instead of violating me or nothing, she was just like, I seen that you made some changes. I just, you know, I've seen your pack. I've seen, you know, what you're doing. She was just like, there's just no way I can violate you. There's no way I'm going to send you back to the joint.
That was a lookout, boy.
Yeah,
it was definitely a lookout.
It was a lookout. That was the turning point.
Really?
Yeah, that was really the turning point because I almost lost my life again. You know what I mean? Well, that little, you know, drug test could have gave me 16 years back in the joint.
But I would have thought that you were, if she gave you a break, most people would say, oh, well, she's cool. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Yeah. Well, how is that the turning point?
And like I said, me and being an addict, that's what I normally would have done. You know what I mean? That was her. That's back in the day. I would have been like, she just enabled me to, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I don't know. I just done so much and been through so much shit. And just at that time when I knew there was a chance I could go back again. Over that, I was just that's like, crazy. I got to get my shit together.
I can definitely see that, you know, and especially because, you know, I mean, weed is weed, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we know now that it's not like the harder drugs. Unfortunately, you know, it is something that can still violate you. You know what I'm saying? And so doing that, I can definitely sympathize with that because it's like, damn, you put all this work into fixing yourself. You know, all you did was smoke some weed, and now it's like, okay, it's gonna come up on a test, and I'm gonna be violated. You know what I'm saying?
It's in Hamilton County,
and all this. Oh yeah, Hamilton County. You know what I'm saying? And so I could definitely see that. It's like, no, you know what I'm saying? You giving that chance? No, I'm not gonna violate you on this. And you're like, okay, I hear you. We're not doing this again. I got out of this one, and now it's a wrap. We got to go forward with this, and going forward with that, I want to go ahead and talk with you. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, one of the things that I learned about you is that you have these foundations. You know, I see you on Instagram. Yeah. You know, and I see the passion, you know what I'm saying? I see the smiling. You know, you got, you know, some of the events you're getting ready to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Giving out free items, you know what I'm saying, to kids and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Really trying to show that. Talk to us about that, about your foundations, man. Okay. What you're doing right now, you know what I'm saying, to help bring that change, that full circle for you.
Yeah. So, I went out to volunteer. This is how it started. I went to actually go help somebody and volunteer with them downtown to do some feeding and give out some stuff. And honestly, man, God touched me that day. Like, I've never been a believer. All my years, 20 years in the penitentiary, all that, I ain't never touched the Bible. And I used to think about that when I, you know, because I'm a recent believer now. Like, I did it all that time. I ain't never flipped. I promise you, I ain't never. And I used to think the devil had me like that. Even motherfuckers that don't want to read the Bible pick up the Bible and read a couple pages. You know what I mean? But I ran into these kids, and I still work with these kids to this day. And they're like, you know, they're kind of the whole reason I started the youth program of it. But I ran into these kids, man. And I just understand, why were they out here at a homeless feeding? Like, you know what I mean? They're 13, 14, 15. Like, obviously, it's not a good situation at home if you're here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they start coming. They were coming, like, the guy was doing it every Sunday or so at that time, and I kept going out to help them, and they kept coming out. So I finally, you know, just pulled them to the side, just try to figure out what was going on, figure out their story, and they told me, you know, a little bit. I ain't trying to tell their story, but, you know, they got it hard, man. They got it hard, obviously, if they're coming downtown to the mission and stuff. So that's what really kind of because I was working with adults. Like, I was working with like Progress House guys, AA meetings and stuff like that, working with them. And how I was meeting more people is every Sunday we do a homeless feeding. You know what I mean? And that's how I was meeting most of these guys. And but they're the reasons why I really started working with the kids. And then made me think of my son. You know what I mean? It's like, and then made me think of me, honestly. It's like, what if, you know what I mean? I went 28 years of misery on the streets, of drug addiction, gangbanging, and all that. You know what I mean? And we're constantly trying to save the guys that afterwards. You know what I mean? So why not try to get to these kids before? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm so happy I did, and I've kind of transitioned to solely straight youth now.
Okay.
Like, I've just solely focused on the youth. Shout out to indie boxing and grappling, man. Anybody that doesn't know about fighting, but all the fighters know. This is the best gym in the state. Coach McPherson is a world-renowned coach.
Say it one more time.
Indie boxing and grappling. Coach
Indie boxing
McPherson
and grappling.
Yep, and Coach Damien. They're world now. One of their fighters just fought Tank Davis 2 times.
damn.
Not this one, the other guy, Frank Martin.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Frank Martin trained
Tank Davis,
Yep.
all right.
Yep. So, and that's why I think it's a big deal, because they have partnered up with me, and now they're allowing me to bring kids in my program. I don't know, about a handful, 5 to 10 a month. It doesn't matter, but they're allowing me to bring kids and train them for free. And why I chose them, because, you know, I got connections to so many gyms, but I just seen how they were with their kids. You know what I mean? Like, no bullshit. Like, kids sitting there, he's like, man, get up. You know what I mean? And that's what these, you know what I mean? That's what I needed. Some of these kids need a shove, literally, like, hey, man, get the fuck, come on. You know what I mean?
There you go, yeah.
And boxing is a great way to do that. You know what I mean? And build confidence up, you know. And
let you get some anger and frustration out too.
Yeah,
you know
my
what I'm saying?
fiance.
In a controlled manner.
And
yeah, my
focus on
fiance
something.
always says that she was jealous of me, because when I get mad when I was training, I could go to the gym and spar and actually punch somebody or something. You know what I mean? It's just a good outlet. And like I said, you learn a lot of things about yourself if you commit to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I said, they've decided to partner with us and allowing us to bring kids in there. So we're trying to implement that. So, you know, if you got a kid that's struggling with anything, you know, reach out. We got a couple things that we could, you know, get their mind off of, boxing training and stuff like that.
So is it just boys? Is it
No,
boys and girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take girls. Honestly, I haven't came across any.
And is that because of your organization structured mostly for boys, or
No, just
you don't specify? That's just who comes.
Yep. Because honestly, a lot of people think I work with people or something. I've been doing this, you know, other than volunteers and people that have been helping. But I've been solely just doing this all on my own, based off of weekly donations. You know what I mean? If I don't get a donation, then we'll figure it out. Because I do have me and my friend Walter Dibley. We a partner. We have a street ministry called Barnabas, and that's every Sunday we give out food, jackets, wintertime blankets, hand warmers, tents. We even give out free haircuts there. Like, it's about to get warm. We did it 2 weeks ago when it was really nice, but once it gets nice, we'll be out there giving out free haircuts to people. But I kind of got lost. Backtrack right there.
That's all right. But I want you to talk about, Tony, the One Day at a Time Foundation, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's your Instagram handle. Right? One Day at a Time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you talked a lot about that here at the Buttered Magazine event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds to me like that's your baby, right? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, tell us our listeners about that foundation.
Okay, so One Day at a Time Foundation is I'm aiming at risk youth, or like I said, my struggle started at a very, very, very young age. So, and it's 2025. You can see on the news, kids are doing heroin, crack, and meth at 14.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you're seeing on the news, getting caught doing dope. We're talking about dope. You know what I mean? In schools.
Not just weed.
Yeah, we ain't talking about weed. We talking about work. You know what I mean? Crazy shit. And so we're aiming to help these kids, especially, you know, we know some of these families need help. Some of these people they just don't have, you know, the resources or whatever to even take care of themselves, let alone their kids and their family. And we're just trying to extend that hand. So, like, I've been partnered with Cho, with Circle City Cuts too. We give out free haircuts every Tuesday because of Cho and Otis at Circle City Cuts too. Okay. And that's every Tuesday, and that's for anybody that needs a haircut. You know what I mean? And then I just now start partnering up with the basketball coaches. I don't know if you guys heard of Coach Major. Coach Dewey, but they're
my basketball days have been long.
yeah, they kind of big in the city known for their basketball coaching and youth because they kind of have a program too, and they try to give back and we're implementing and trying to partner, and now we can have a basketball program. We're just trying to create a lot of resources for these kids, a lot of different things for them to do, because free time would kill someone. You know what I mean? It killed me. Free time killed me. Free time turned me
being active and having something, a goal to focus on, man. That's right. You know,
basketball,
that's a lot of these
boxing,
kids.
and then even barbering. Well, we haven't completely started yet, but it's in the works. We're talking. Me and Cho have been talking that kids that get into this in our program, we'll offer them free barbering school.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then also I work with a guy named Ethan. He runs a program called Felonies Unite. And he's one of the biggest guys going into the prisons. He's going into every prison, and he's helping me. And which we're trying to get into juvenile Pendleton right now. Like I said, that's where it started for me. And we're trying to get into juvenile Pendleton and implement these programs. They're let's cross our fingers, pray.
All right.
You know, the opportunity does come and bless us. And if that does happen, that means I'll be working with these kids 6 months before they get released. And when they get out, I'll partner up with probation and parole, and we continue a program with them. And,
that's what's up.
And if these kids start the barbering school while they're incarcerated, no ifs, ands, or buts, Cho and we have decided they will get the free barbering school when they get out.
Okay.
Just incentive, because it's kids. We gotta just figure out ways to stay connected with them. You know what I mean? Kids are just all about, he ain't cool. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Man. You know, and the kids, you know what I'm saying, that kids are always the future. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go ahead and just take a moment to clap it up. I know we've been doing a lot of seriousness, man, but I want to clap it up, man, because just make sure we're good. All right. I want to clap it up because, you know, definitely, you know, your life had an avenue to where it could have gotten just worse and could have ended. Yeah. But you did a serious turnaround to the point that now your life, if you think about it, your life is now benefiting others who absolutely need it. Yeah. It may not have that support system, mom or dad or whatever, or maybe they have mom and dad, but they just don't know what to do. Yeah. Now you have brothers like you that are out here that are putting resources in the hands of people that need it so they can get the help. Man, clap it up for me. In fact,
and with that, I just want to say, Ashley, real quick, and that's why I want, like, all the people that work with me that's on my team, you know what I mean, the younger guys, whatever. But, man, if you've been through it, man, reach out if you want to help, because that's one thing. We need more younger guys, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm younger now, I'm 38, but kids are more prone. Kids are more prone to listen to somebody that looks more like them. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you know a 6-year-old man comes to talk to this kid, or me come to this kid is most likely going to talk to me because he feels like he got more things to relate. You know what I mean? So that's why we need you know, the young men to step it up. You know what I mean? People don't realize the impact that we have on young men. You know what I mean? Like, you might have a role model that you don't even know about. I mean, somebody that's looking up to you that you don't even know
somebody
about.
Looking up to me.
You know what I mean? I'm being for real. Like,
I know exactly what you mean.
I know a kid in my neighborhood, he looks up to me just because I drive a Scat Pack. You know what I mean? And he's old, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, the little things they don't realize. And then now he's watching me. What if he starts watching me selling packs or something? So now in his head, that's how he got the Scat Pack. That's how he got these J's on. That's how he looks nice. You know what I mean?
It's not that he worked hard. He was hustling.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm being for real. You might run into a kid that, you know, like I said, us flashy guys going in there, you got to watch it because a kid likes that. You look at your chain and look you up, damn, bro, I love your J's.
And they don't understand the consequences. They only understand what they could get.
They don't even understand. And then we got some
fools, you know, these that would be like, I'm out here, slap the shit out of her. Just say that to a kid. But you know what I mean? But it's real instead of like, you know what I mean? Right. When I see a kid, like I'll see a kid, I see that icon, I'll pull up on, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? You like the car? You know what I mean? Just to get a conversation, be like, and not always make a point. Yeah, I got that working, bro. I got that working. You know what I mean? Especially where I'm at, you know. If I was up north, I wouldn't just jump out and be like, I went to prison. You know what I mean? But So I'll be like, I got that working. I'm a felon. You know what I mean? I don't even got a GED. I got a 6-figure job. You know what I mean? It's possible. And that's what we tell people, like, you guys are, no, it's motivation, man.
It's motivation, right. If you want it, you can get it.
I got 20 years in the penitentiary. I got no GED. I just got my license for the first time a week ago, and I'm 38.
Damn, that's what's up.
You know what I mean?
So you're riding dirty for a little bit.
Yeah.
But you clean now. We clean now.
But the point is, there's no excuses, basically.
There is no
man.
excuses.
People always saying background.
No, I think, and I also wanted to say that, like, just when you reach out to somebody, I always tell people behind the chair, me talking to my clients, it doesn't matter who you are. It's what you're going to do. As I just was talking to one of my clients, and shout out again to Marcel Harris, but he was saying that he was trying to change his, perspective. His main dream was to be a warehouse supervisor. And so he's kind of climbing that ladder, but he felt like he was a hypocrite for being in this environment, and he was a worker. Now he's a supervisor. So he was like, yeah, they not trying to listen to me. Da, da, da. And I told him, I said, listen, you ain't trying to reach everybody. All you got to do is ask one question. Whatever something that motivates people to think. Yeah. And motivates them to he says, well, they resist me. They always trying to argue and fight with me because they think that I'm trying to be better than them.
Yeah.
I said, even if you got the person who's really against you, who's giving you grief every day, go in and just ask something simple and motivate it and walk away. So I said, why don't you try to say, hey, bro, what do you plan on doing for the next 5 years? This is somebody who attacked you earlier about, you thinking you better. What do you plan on doing for the next 5 years? Yeah. And whatever they say or don't say, don't worry about that, because once you walk away, that's still going to be motivation for them to think.
Yeah.
I said, he'll tell 3 people, I promise you. He'll tell 3 different people that you came up and asked him that question, and then he's going to think about it all night and all day. You just have to plant the seed. Yeah. And he didn't want to believe it. I said, just try it. And he'll come back in another month and he'll tell me how it went. But I already know this to be fact. Yeah. I already know it to be fact. That's just the thing. If you're willing, how can I change them? There's a whole warehouse of people. You change their mind one person at a time if you need to. Yeah. And you just ask simple question and lead by example.
And
it's easy.
And like I said, just surround yourself with like-minded people. And that's one thing, especially with these young hoopers, I'm trying to tell these coaches, and most of them know because, they see it, this is what they do, but this hooping shit's only a part of their day. It's only about an hour or 2 of their day. You know what I mean? They got to go back to the block. They got to go back to the streets. They got to go back, to that whatever. And that's why we got to, you know what I mean?
Change their mindset.
Yeah, we got to change their mindsets and just continue, because I keep telling these kids, I got a buddy right now, man, and I'm praying for him. He's doing good, but he's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's still hanging out with the old brothers. He's tough, still hanging out with the same old people. You know what I mean? He's not getting high. He ain't doing no bullshit, nothing like that. But I'm like, that ain't it, bro.
Go up and ask
Sometimes you got to cut ties.
Yeah, you do. But that's the same difference. You go up to him and ask him, okay, so what do you plan on doing in the next 6 months? Yeah. And then whatever he says, you let him talk. Yeah. You let him say whatever he's going to say. And your silence is going to be like, he's really thinking about this.
In recovery.
And then walk away.
In recovery, they say, and I think that implies everything. If you're trying to make a change, you got to change people, places, and things. You have to, or it's not going to happen.
I like that. Yeah.
That's what they say in the AA. You have to change people, places, and things. And that's what I did. When I got out, if I give anybody advice, that's what I did. I did isolate myself, and I didn't, man, if they reached out, I ignored it. And me, I'm such a, I'll just be honest, I'm an attention seeker type. Like, you know what I mean? I was so petty younger, you know what I mean? Until recently, last 3-4 years, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know.
I got you, brother. So this is what I want to ask before we move on from this segment. I want to give you an opportunity because you got an event that's coming up here on the 27th, right?
Yes,
April.
Sir.
Go ahead, talk about your event. Talk about how people can get involved. Where is it going to be? Go for it.
Yes, sir. So April 27th, holding the first free sneaker convention. More of it's a community event. That's how I look at it. But we got vendors coming to donate shoes, clothes, and we got food vendors giving out. So we'll have free shoes, food, clothes, barbers. We'll have about a handful of barbers, handful of hairstylists, handful of nail techs, all giving out free services. We'll have Coach Major, Stunner Boy, Coach Dewey. They run basketball programs in the city. So they're going to be there. It's at Bethel Park. So they're going to be running little basketball drills and all that. And that way they can talk to the kids and the parents, let them know the benefits of training and what basketball, how it can help them, or, you know, if they want to get enrolled or whatever. And just something to do that day. You know what I mean? We're going to even have some boxing and MMA guys there, you know what I mean, with some stuff, demonstrating a little bit, and same thing, talk to the kids and the parents, let them know the benefits of training, how it can help, especially if your kid's already going through some struggles. We're going to have some live performances. We'll have guest speakers, like Brother Jamal will be there as a guest speaker. Like I said, we'll have live performances, we'll have games, and then we do have a big one-on-one tournament that we're going to do. I think we're going to do the ages between 13 and 18. And then for the kids, we'll even have a little contest. Like the younger kids, we'll have like a horse, pig contest. Or remember, knockout, where you get the free throw line. And we're going to have a contest for them. And they'll have cash prizes and like a pair of shoes for the kids like that. And like I said, every vendor is going to be giving away clothes. Like Plenty of Ways, Slum House, Go Getters, Sneaker Plus will be there. And from the community, people have been donating because I've been asking. And so I'm going to have about like 40, 50 pairs of shoes we're talking about nice shoes, like Off-Whites, Balenciagas. Like the community came together, man. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a bounce house.
So pretty much this event is going to be benefiting, you know what I'm saying, like underprivileged, you know what I'm saying, people that, you know what I'm saying, maybe like I say, like for a better phrase, maybe like food stamps or something like that. People that are just really going to need these type of resources. It's going to be there for them to come in. They'll be able to get something to eat while they're there, and maybe for, you know, their children or whatnot, or maybe even for adults, like if they need something. So if they need some new shoes or whatever, you know,
we just got a lot of things going on for the kids, but it's for the community. It's for the community, and like I said, it's at Bethel Park. And then another cool thing is, man. Mr. Jimmy McMillan. I met him at the Butter Magazine, and he's been a blessing. They have donated some tickets to the races. To the Grand Prix races. So we're going to I'm going to give away tickets to kids in my program and stuff. So we got a lot of big, good things going on, man. Like I said, we're going to have some testimonies there. We're going to be able to hear some people that have been through the struggle and that have changed their lives, you know what I mean? And now setting an example.
Well, I want to go ahead. I want to clap it one more time here. Make sure, Tony, tell them one more time when and where to go ahead and see this event.
April 27th at Bethel Park. That's on the south side. It's 2850 Bethel Avenue. 2 to 6, April 27th, free sneaker event. It's for the community.
There we go.
Let's go.
Clap it up one more time. That was good. Now we went a little bit long on the intro, but I wanted to make sure because this is very, very important information. I want people to know.
I was just so much to tell.
No, man. This is perfect. This is perfect. I want people to know and to be able to take advantage of this type of event. You know what I mean? Because you don't have brothers like this all the time that is putting out free. You kept saying free. You know what I mean? It's like if you're in need, and make sure that you're in need. Like, I don't want to see anybody, out there try to get some Balenciaga shoes or something like that just because you said it was free. But nah, man, if you're in need, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad we have brothers like Tony out here that is making an event for not only for people to go and get what they need, for people to actually come and contribute. One more thing. If people want to volunteer as a part of your project or whatnot, what can they do? Where do they need to go to reach out?
Always looking for volunteers because, like I said, I do something twice a week. We feed the homeless on Sundays. We give out free haircuts. So my Instagram is Tony McCracken, One Day at a Time Foundation. Just DM me. A lot of people think I'm crazy. My phone number is 317-506-1568. Call me, text me. Always looking for volunteers and even if you got community service, man, that's another thing, you know what I mean? But we're always looking for volunteers, and we're looking for guys especially guys that have changed their lives. And if you got some free time to talk to a kid, you never know what you might say and who it resonates
Who you can change,
to, man.
yes.
That's one thing I
Change
told
them.
somebody. If 200 people showed up, I'm not trying to sound corny or whatever. As long as 1 or 2 kids, you know what I mean, benefit from this, then we won. You know what I mean? We won.
Exactly.
And I just want to give a shout out, though, because the community has came together. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for about a year, and now the community started seeing. So I want to shout out to, like, you know, Napper Nut and Maxie, Lucky from Slum House, especially my partners, you know, Cho and Fitz at Rappers vs. Trappers, and Cho played that Naptown shit. Because without them, I wouldn't have got the connections that I had and the extra help that I needed. You know what I mean?
Right.
To make the next step, you know? And then BU Wellness. Carl Smith, they're helping me get my, you know, legitimize me and make me, you know what I mean? And then one I said, I did want to say, we are, like I said, with the programs, because we're everywhere, but we're offering boxing, basketball, and barbering, and even the entrepreneurship, you know what I mean? So if you got a kid, you know what I mean, you need to get them off your hands this summer or whatever, send them my way, man. We got an entrepreneur program where my homeboy Ace got a landscaping business, and we're going to go door knocking. We're going to teach these kids how to make a sale. I've done the sales all my life. Like I said, I don't even have a GED, y'all, and I make a 6-figure job. Sales is one job that, yeah, you don't need none. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could do fine. And so that's why we want to offer that resource right there, man. And we start at a young age, they'll master it. You know what I mean?
Now, that's what's up. I want to go ahead and let's say we'll clap. We keep clapping up, man, but you got good stuff, man. We'll go ahead and clap it up here, right? You know what I mean? Now, we're a little bit long here, so we're going to go ahead. I want to jump to our petty segment because we're going to get petty because I'm not going to let y'all motherfuckers off the hook. Hey, you thought
Get that finger down. What are you doing?
Yeah, right here, man. So, Tony, this is what we do when we talk about getting the petty segment. You know, it can be serious or we can get laughter because I just like just clowning people in Naptown. That's just kind of like what I like doing here. So, I mean, that's what it is. There's no real setup. You know what I'm saying? If you have something that you just want to get petty about, whether you need to send a message like, hey, man, you need to, you know what I'm saying, act up. If you want to talk shit about, you know what I'm saying, these potholes, talk shit about, you know, this red line, blue line, like we did all of that shit, you know what I'm saying?
In the past.
In the past. I don't know. I usually let my guest or boss lady go ahead and go first just in case because, you know, I can just go on and on.
Oh, you sure? No, I'm just saying, you look like you might be busting at the seam. You got something you want to say.
That's cool for I ain't got
I
nothing.
don't have nothing. Yo, because my petty is wrapped up in your petty most of the time. Because you petty. It pretty much is. You started off because you're the king of all petty people.
Tony, you got anything, man, you want to get petty about?
You know what irks me? Like when I be
Yeah,
on the
he locked and
highway-
loaded. What is it?
When I be on the highway and you like are trying to get over. And you know, like the lane is ending.
Yeah.
Like if I don't get over, I'm gonna be crashing.
Yep.
I'm gonna be falling off the bridge.
Yep.
And people just won't let you over. It's just, or they'll even speed up, and it's like, and it's a red light, so you're speeding up
That's me.
to get to the red light. You see, like what? I mean, for real, like because up north, my mama live up north, so like up that way, the highways, yeah, it's like that, bro. Like I'm almost like got ran off the freaking highway, and I'm talking about. There's no trap, like nothing, dude. He just like what the? And it happens all the time.
Like, you're not getting in front of me,
right? Yeah, that's the thing. Why do people do that? Why are people like that?
That's how we
don't
grew
get
up.
in front of me, people.
That's how we grew up.
I'm on both sides of the coin. I ain't been there. It's like, dude, like I'm getting ready to run out. It's like, do you want me to run into your ass? Like, what you want to do? Like, let me in. And we also is like, oh, this motherfucker, like, man, hold up. You gonna get in, but you gonna get in behind me.
That's that road rage.
That is some petty shit. That definitely is. That can lead to some road rage, man.
And nowadays, I ain't playing with no road rage.
No.
You ain't even got to worry about me.
We ain't raging, you know what I'm saying? We're under the seat. It's already
Remember that
loaded.
Beach Grove shit?
No.
What? 2 months ago, 3 months ago? It made national news. He shot the dude in the face. Off of Emerson and Thompson. Damn. You know where the Walmart is over there?
Let me fix the smile.
He was driving and making real short, road raging. Dude in the front car. It's all on video. You can look it up. It's crazy too. Gets out of the car and starts smacking on the driver's window. But
Wait,
he has
was it a white pickup?
Yeah,
Did he have an axe?
No, he had a gun.
No.
He had a gun
and he
was
shot
smacking.
him and he killed him.
He was smacking the car window with a gun.
I seen
So
that.
the dude in the car shot him.
Yeah,
Shot
that
him twice
was
in the
not a
face.
few months ago. It was a while back.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a
Maybe
while
like
back.
6 months ago.
Yeah, it was a while back, but and I was pissed because they played the whole thing on Facebook. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
did
what I'm
not
saying.
want
You
to see
can
that.
see
Was
the
it
video.
like somebody like a video from somebody's car? Because I think I saw something like that. Like somebody, it was like, I don't think we're talking about the same thing, but I've seen videos like that.
Well, this guy got out of his car and went and started beating on the guy's door. And was like, yeah, open the door, come on out. And I was like, whoa.
And
the
people
dude
are
said,
mad
pop,
because
pop, pop, like 3 or
people
4.
are mad that he didn't get charged and he was
No,
Spanish.
wasn't-
But
from what I understand, wasn't
you got
nobody
a
mad that he
gun?
didn't get charged. Everybody was like, he's been doing that. His girlfriend / wife, whatever, they said he's been doing that, and now he's gone. Yeah, he's been that way.
Hey man, if you got a gun in your hand and you're using it to try and break through, you know what I'm saying, a window,
or
like
intimidate
yes.
somebody.
Like, yo, the person in the car has the right to take out their pistol and handle business.
If you
and
look
that's
at
a
it-
video that I saw. Like somebody had a gun on him. He wasn't shooting yet, but he was using the gun and banging on
Beating
the
on the
window.
window. Yeah. It's probably
Dude
the same
rolled down
one.
the window and said, "Pow, pow." And then
That's
next
it.
thing you know, I just see.
He dropped to the ground. That's the same thing. It has to be.
OG told me once is, man, the scariest person to have a gun is a scary motherfucker to have a gun. They scared them just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was
And
wild.
the punk asses that over there trying to intimidate people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because they have a pistol. You know what I'm saying? That's not even petty, man. That just grinds my gears, man. Because it's like, yo, this is a deadly weapon. You have it on for protection. I mean, you came from Texas, right? So you know they got them out here. Indiana, man, I don't know how much difference because shit, we got everybody's packing out here too, man.
With that new law, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Indiana's a
Like you don't have to have a permit.
You don't have to have a license or a permit
Oh,
to
yeah, we
carry
don't
a gun.
have, I know
no
that.
more.
Yeah, they dropped it as soon as I
18
paid for
or
mine.
I'm not against it, but I do think 18 or older. I think there should be some type of guidelines. A little.
Yeah.
A
I'm
little
sure like make it 21 at least.
18.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we talking about kids that are still fucking playing with themselves in their mama's
Kids that are
house.
still kids.
You know what I mean?
Mentally
He got a
playing with
gun.
themselves. Their mamas.
They ain't just at their mama's house playing with their kids.
But that's the other thing. They up the ages for drinking and shit and cigarettes,
Yeah.
but you could get a gun. You have to be 21 to get a cigarette.
But
you got to be
look at our
18 to get a gun.
government. Come on now, you know
Yeah,
the
we,
logic.
yeah, man, we're really conservative out here, man. And us conservatives, man, we love our guns, man. We love our hunting rifles, man. That's like the hunting right here. We're coming out here with an AR-15 and shit. Hey, but I be seeing, just talking about going to the gun stores and shit, man. Like last couple times I was in the gun store, man. I swear I saw like. I'm gonna say not Betty White, because rest in peace Betty White, but somebody that looks like Betty White. Couple people walking out with big ass AR-15s, like grandma.
Mind it for their grandkids.
What you need that?
You know
what you
why?
need that for?
Because I was about to say, they're seeing these Instagram videos and shit of like, saying the government's about to do this. I just saw a video yesterday and it was from somebody that's known. He's like, they're gonna be cutting off electricity. They're coming for our guns. Da-da-da-da. Like, you know what I mean? And he makes a valid point. It's like, if you don't believe, but what if it does happen? And I'm just one of those guys. I'm not gonna leave it to what if. Like, I ain't no doomsdayer type guy,
Right.
but I ain't gonna lie, I'm starting to like at least prepare. I got a family just to, you know what I mean? I would literally kill myself if something did happen. And then I got
And
these
you could've
5
prevented
kids
it.
here, and it's because we didn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Right.
At least I'm gonna be at least try to be prepared. I don't know.
I
'Cause they
got
talking
you.
about they cutting off electricity. You ain't seen the video?
No, I mean,
Canada president or whatever. Is it?
we definitely talk. We definitely talk
Yeah,
about
he
that.
ain't
on
playing.
episode.
No,
We
and I
definitely
even
talk
said-
about
I
that.
agree with that,
America,
though.
I am not playing. I don't want to do it. It's not
But
your
that-
fault. It's Trump's, but I'm gonna do it.
But that's only for Washington State, Detroit, and New York. They supply power to them.
Canada
It's not.
does.
Yeah, it's
That's
not all
weird.
because see, it's
I
right.
mean, but
over-
that's enough to cause, you know what I'm saying, mayhem. But if
Yeah,
people to
but it-
Detroit, and they're going to be like, man,
I
what the
did
fuck?
read the thing, like I said, after seeing like, because when you think lose electricity, everybody's sitting at home like, no, you'll die within like.
Well, there's no question.
They
that was
say
putting it out there like
if
that.
the electricity went out, like in the whole world or whatever.
And they even had- they even
people would
had
be dying within a month.
They even had somebody come at us when we had our show. We talked about how Canada was going to cut the power. They had somebody come at us. It was like, man, the power we get from them is so minuscule. It's like it won't even make a difference. But I'm just like, yo, we're getting power from a whole nother country. It must make a difference. Why?
Number one, and then number two, if
I
it's so
didn't even know
minuscule,
that
then let them do
until,
it.
recently.
I didn't know that until the show. We did.
I agree. Canada, cut it. I'm not about. I just 100% agree that if they need to
I
cut
ain't
the
gonna lie,
power,
Trump
cut the
is
power.
going crazy.
That's a whole look. If
That's
we we gonna get petty. This could end the whole segment, the whole show. I will definitely. I already know how I feel. But one thing I will say, I'm happy that he's doing the stupid shit that he's doing, because all the people who thought it was a great idea, and y'all already know, black and brown, I'm cool with it.
I know what. I mean, I'm looking at my, my 401k and my brokerage account.
Diminish.
Man, and I'm shitty.
Somebody
I'm just
just
like, man,
told
what
me,
the fuck?
associate of mine, his went down $30,000 since Trump. His 401k went down $30,000.
But is he the one to put him in? Did he vote for him?
I think so. I think so. Honestly, I
We
do
don't have
think
to put
so.
out there.
No, I do
I'm
think
saying,
he did.
y'all voted
because
for
he was
him, though.
complaining he lost 50 during the pandemic and then just got it back, and then
He's
the Trump
losing
thing.
it again.
Yeah.
Do your research. Do your research.
Yeah. Oh my God, I like that, man. That was a good pair. We could go on for days, but we do have to kind of make sure, you know what I'm saying, that we pay respect for the time here. So let's go ahead and step it up. Let's step it up. All right, man. I don't know which one I want to ask you here. I do actually, you know what? In fact, just based on your personal story here, man, I want to ask you about, saints or snakes here, being, because honestly, I want to ask you about saints or snakes, because honestly, I feel like that you have become a saint and you're doing so much for the community. We're going to leave that energy there. So let me ask you a different question here.
Okay.
All right. And this is going to be our last question here for the show. But I want to ask you this. So, faced with witnessing an attack, where it's somebody that you don't know, it's a stranger. So faced with witnessing an attack, and you have the ability to intervene, what would you choose to do? Would you directly assist? Would you go and try to find someone else to help?
I could just stop you. I would direct.
Or would you pretty much, make sure that you're okay and walk on and just whatever happens, happens?
I would directly. Anybody that knows me would, I would.
So you getting involved. You seen somebody getting attacked, it's like, hey.
If they were just
I'm
fighting or
handling
something,
this.
no, I don't care if they're fighting. But if I see somebody, you know what I mean, is getting assaulted, like getting pounced on, or especially a woman, or something, I ain't thinking about it. I'm just hopping to it. I'm hopping to it.
Okay.
I'm hopping to it.
So let me ask you this. I mean, so if you seen somebody being attacked, like, what if that person being attacked, deserved it? Like, what if they were actually doing something evil, and this is the person you seeing that is doing the attacking is getting whatever their retribution is? See, you don't know what the scenario is. You're just seeing somebody is being attacked. Somebody is definitely losing.
All I know is what, like I said, me being a believer now, all I know is what God would want me to do. I know God would want me to stop that at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, because like you said, I don't know. But I know, instinctively, and me just being, what, I don't want to say a nice person, whatever, but I don't know.
Let me ask you, do you believe that you just being a believer now you have different, feelings for whatever.
Absolutely.
So do you believe that if you see somebody being attacked, that you would have, instinct to jump in or instinct to leave it alone? Like, do you? Is it always no matter what?
No,
I'm just gonna do it. Your instincts will be
one
sharp.
Thing I'll say, prison taught me is reading a room, just a situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when I say jump to it, I wouldn't just like, you know what I mean? I would, no matter what, kind of, I would try to figure out kind of a little bit. You know what I mean?
So
I wouldn't just walk up and just hit the dude. You know what I mean?
you.
I would intervene, and if he wasn't stuff, go from there. But yeah.
So based on your experience, you're going to rely on your experiences to be able to read the situation, to understand, okay, this is something to where I do need to intervene.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
What about you, boss lady?
Okay, so for me, if I just walked down lonely said street and I see somebody being attacked, my first instinct is to attempt to break it up myself.
Really?
It is.
So y'all both are just like,
it
man,
is.
this
And like
danger.
the only difference is like I do feel like I have that whatever it is that you have the instincts to say, this is not for you. Like I keep myself far distance from danger. Like I'm not gonna do that. But if it's something that just looks like, okay, say something, do something, I'm gonna do or say something.
I got you.
That's crazy, but it's true. I swear it's true.
All right. So the boss lady, she's intervening. Superwoman.
No,
You got
will though.
Superman, Tony McCracken, man. He's going
My
in
fiance
there.
doesn't like
getting that shit.
She's
And
like,
Wes is dipping out.
Hey, hold up. Don't tell me that Wes is dipping out, man.
Okay,
Hold
what's
up,
Wes
hold
gonna
up,
do?
hold up. But yeah, I am going to do, I mean.
he's a runner. He's a track star. No, just yeah.
No, man.
Wasn't me. It ain't my problem. I'm out.
Because I was thinking about this question, man, because I definitely I wanted to ask you about this because, you know, I get the feeling that, especially, you know what I'm saying, if you've been to prison a few times and especially, you know what your body feels like, you know what I'm saying, you've been a fighter. Hell yeah. You're just like, man, shit, I'm about to go take care of this myself. I got the tools, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You know what I mean? And so I ain't no bitch, but let me tell you something. It's, you know, with me, it's just always isn't a straight answer because it's always different. So it's like this. I mean, if I see a man getting fucked up, man, let me tell you, option one of me intervening is off the table. You know what I'm saying? If I see police or something, I see your boys or something somewhere, if I know they're your boys, hey, man, your boy's getting fucked up over here, man. You want to go ahead and get that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that too.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
and then that, then, you know what I'm saying? I might have to, you know what I'm saying, give you one of these. You know what I'm saying? And pray for you because, you know, Jesus is more powerful than I am. You know what I mean? So I'll probably do that. Now, let me check it out. Maybe just me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if it's a woman getting their ass whooped, man, I'm probably jumping in there. I'm jumping in. And the reason why is because, you know, unfortunately, I have to bring it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've seen my mother, you know what I'm saying, get handled, you know what I'm saying, and me being a kid and not being able to do anything, that sticks in me. So even if I don't know the situation, even that woman could probably even be, you know what I'm saying, the villain. I'm most likely, I'm like, hey, look, I would find it very, very hard to walk past a woman being violated and not do something. It's going to be very difficult for me. A man, hey, man. You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be difficult for me. I'd be like, she probably deserves it. Not
but a woman is like, nah. I feel like I got to intervene because that's going to be what's put into me. And be like, damn, you know. Now, how I intervene? I hope I have my piece on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting closer to 50, y'all. So man, fighting is going to be
not going to happen.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting closer. I know I look a little bit younger, but nah, I'm much older.
It ain't gonna do it. I can see you walking away.
If you're a woman, hey, I got you. I got you, girl. If you're a man, hey, man, I'll pray for you. I promise you. I'll pray for you. If I see the popos, hey, man, I'm not snitching. I'm trying to get you some help. I'm trying to get you some fucking help. I love it, man, because everybody is sat here, man, this like, man, I'm the hero. I'm helping out. I'm not afraid to be like, look, man.
No, I definitely.
I'm gonna save someone. It just might be myself.
And I agree with that 1,000% because you have to be able to read the situation, and I feel like you have those instincts. Period. Like, yo, mind, this ain't the first time this question's been posed in your head somewhere. So you have to say, okay, now what's going on? Like, teenagers, it just really depends. Like, if you stop and just see who it is, if somebody's getting jumped or whatever.
Little kids too. Little kids. I'm not gonna walk past a little kid getting fucked up.
Them little kids be the ones that have you messed up here later. Them the main ones. But I'm just saying.
We're not talking about young kids in 20. I'm talking about young kids as in 8. You know what I'm saying?
I am too.
6. You know what I'm saying? I'm not walking past that. If you talk about a YN,
she said 8-year-old.
You probably got your ass in there. You probably deserve to get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, you just read the situation. When it's too much and it's a bunch of people, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to call somebody because that was part of the options, right? You can go and call somebody.
Yep,
call
you
me.
can get somebody else.
I'm gonna do that. If it don't look right, I'm gonna be like, yeah, help.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was bouncing and doing that security gig, it kind of helped me because like I said, I've been in that situation a lot. But then, you know, you can already assume it's bullshit. They're drunk and stuff. But there's definitely been situations with women and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a man snatching up a woman, or I seen him push her. Like, you know what I mean?
You were even 2 chicks. Like, come on. 2 chicks.
Man.
I didn't get
They're the worst.
Y'all in Naptown, boy, y'all motherfuckers be going at it.
I'm not getting in that. Once the windmill jump out, I'm like, I'm over here.
Windmill.
Hey, y'all stop. That's all I got.
She start throwing them straight punches, man. Now you need to really be like, oh, she know what the fuck
I'm
she's
not
doing.
in it. I'm done.
The last thing you want to do is be on camera, get knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying about Beyonce? You got Beyonce and her BBL get knocking her out. Beyonce, I don't know if you have a BBL, but you can show it to me anytime you want. All right.
You're sad.
Hey, man.
You are so sad.
All right. We got any more on this particular question,
We
man?
are good.
Oh, man. I like that. Man, I love, asking these questions, man, because people get shocked, like, and they feel like the answer is so simple. Like, oh, yeah. Like Tony said, man, I don't even need to hear the rest of it, man. Like, I'm going in. But then you hear all the other stuff, and you be like,
Maybe not.
No, but Tony's still going in. He's like, fuck that.
Probably will.
I'm either going to fuck your ass up or fuck your ass up.
I would say even 5 years ago. I've been out over 4 years now. But yeah, 5 years ago, I would have just went. But now, I would definitely look, especially because of the kids. Like, I always got my kids with me. Because that happened once. Like, we're on like southeastern Arlington, somewhere around there. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of did somebody was like riding our ass, like literally. Like, I don't know how they weren't hitting us. I got my kids in the back seat, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then like I even pulled over to let them just go because like I got the kids. They didn't even go. I drove again. They just kept. So I finally got out of the car, you know what I mean? I fucking ran up to the window and I kind of did almost the something. I didn't have no gun or nothing.
I mean, but it's kind of like crazy.
But it was a lady.
You're thinking about your kids. You'd be like, man, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, man, you see my little children in the back seat. Yeah. Back the fuck up. I've been rear-ended seriously before. I know you could have that shit.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm saying.
Fucking accordion.
And when I jumped out and got back in the car, my fiance was fucking livid. She's like, "You dumb motherfucker! You don't know what that." She was like, "You don't know what he or she." Because I thought it was a dude because I saw an afro. It was an older lady with an afro. It wasn't even a dude. I felt bad.
It was the wrong move, but I get it though. It's like, man, your kids are just kind of like, man, what the like? Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep making it right while I'm on the phone with 911. I'm just not getting out. Like, especially not now. I don't know what I would have done 10 years ago, but now, you can blow your horn all day at me. You can throw the finger out. I don't care. It don't bother me.
I ain't gonna lie. That shooting that I'm talking about at Beach Grove, that's when. I ain't gonna lie, after I saw that video, I don't do nothing no more.
I'm not getting out the car.
If I got people that are honking, like, I get out of their way, like, fuck it. I'm
damn near like that, man. Go fucking around me. Go.
Yeah, it ain't worth it.
Just get the fucking, go and do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Did not know he was gonna die that day. You know what I mean?
But from what I understand, he done enough. You know, that same type of stuff, because you didn't learn that today. You ain't that way today.
Yeah, you've been doing that.
You've been doing that. So I'm like, okay.
All right, let me go. Let's clap it up here. Man, I like that, man. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the show today, but we'll go ahead and clap it one more time for Tony McCracken. Go ahead. One more time, Tony. Go ahead and tell us about the foundation on April the 27th.
Yes, sir. So let's go, Naptown. April 27th at Bethel Park, we are holding a free sneaker event, a community event. We're going to have barbers, hairstylists, nail techs giving out free services. We'll have live testimonies from people that just been through it, changed their lives, and now making examples. We're going to have live performances that's going to be provided by Cho. We're going to have basketball games. And the big one is the one-on-one tournament, man. We got a one-on-one tournament for the 13 to 18 high school kids. We're going to have cash prize and a pair of shoes for the winner. And then, like I said, we're going to have free shoes and clothes, man, and even food. So more people come out, man. It benefits y'all. More people come, more stuff.
That's
give
it.
out for free.
Make your way.
You know what I mean?
That's where you're supposed to be on the 27th.
And like I said, it's to help raise money for the foundation. You know, with this, we're gonna take the kids to the race. So we gotta have money for transportation. We're taking 20, 30 kids. We gotta rent vans, cars, carpool, food, all types of stuff. On these free haircuts and everything. But I appreciate y'all.
Do your part.
No problem.
Do your part.
No problem. Man. We're happy to have you, Tony, man. You say you have a great story, a great message, and you're doing great in the community. So we're definitely happy to have you. You know what I'm saying? And definitely come back, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got any new stuff, man? Come back on the show. Come back on the show.
Yes, sir.
Boss Lady, where can people find you at, Boss Lady?
People, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at Madame.Boss Lady.
All right, yeah. You can find me, the one, King Petty, Starship West. You can find me at Starship West on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can also find me on X. You can also find the Wolves of Naptown podcast. We are on YouTube at the Wolves of Naptown podcast. We're also on Instagram. We're also on Facebook. And we're also on TikTok at, you guessed it, the Wolves of Naptown podcast.
Get it in, y'all.
And then for those of you who actually listen to the podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts. Like, honestly, just look for us. Google us. We'll come up. You know what I'm saying? Wolves of Naptown. We're happy for your support here in the city of Naptown. Make sure that you're being more of a saint than a snake. Ooh. Yeah, right. There you go. There you go. All right. And until next time, city of Naptown. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
No doubt.
Yeah, that was dope.
Nice.
I know I rambled a lot.
Oh, it's all good. I'll ramble
Like
every
I said,
show.
there's just so much to
ramble
say.
every show.
Try to go back, but
All right. Peace, y'all. All right. Let me fade this all out.